Hi there guys, another interesting video for you here on Results Country. But before we start, hit that subscription button, ring that bell, and give a thumbs up if you approved of this content. So now, here's the video. It's been 499 years since we failed circumnavigation of Ferdinand Magellan because he got killed halfway to his destination. The task went to Juan Sebastian Elcano, who succeeded this journey around the world. This coming 2021, the Philippines and Spain will celebrate the 500th year of this occasion. The Philippines was a colony of Spain for 333 years, from 1521 to 1898. But formal diplomatic relations were established only in September of 1947. The Philippines has an embassy in Madrid and a consulate general in Barcelona, and Spain has an embassy in Manila. Since the establishment of diplomatic relations, relations between both nations have strengthened through cultural and historical similarities. In 1995, King Juan Carlos I of Spain paid his first official visit to the Philippines. There have been several high-level visits between leaders of both nations. King Juan Carlos I and his wife Queen Sofia visited again the 1998 centennial celebrations in Manila, commemorating 100 years of independence from Spain. The mediation of the Spanish king is said to have produced the pardon and liberation of 2 Filipino domestic workers sentenced to death in Kuwait and the United Arab Emirates. In July of 2012, Queen Sofia visited the Philippines for the 4th time. She inspected several development projects around the former Spanish colony that her country's government is funding via the Agencia Española de Cooperación Internacional para el Desarrollo, or AECID. Also during her visit to the former colony of her country, Queen Sofia expressed appreciation to former President Aquino for the country's effort to reintroduce the Spanish language in the Philippine public education system. It was estimated that at the beginning of the 20th century, there was 60% of Filipinos who spoke Spanish as their second language. But now, only about 5% of the Philippines' 100 million strong population speaks Spanish. However, it's still home to the most number of Spanish speakers in Asia. But linguistically, the roots of Spanish have not entirely left the Philippines, as a third of the Filipino language is derived from Spanish words, constituting some 4,000 loan words. There are more than 33,000 Filipinos in Spain. The majority of them, about 21,000, are permanent residents, according to the 2012 figures of the Commission on Filipinos Overseas. There are also around 9,000 temporary status Filipinos and almost 3,000 irregulars. From January to June of 2014, there were 8,655 tourist arrivals from Spain, according to figures from the Department of Tourism. Both nations have signed several bilateral agreements such as Treaty on Civil Rights and Consular Powers 1948, Treaty on the Validity of academic degrees and the exercise of professions, 1949. Air Transportation Agreement, 1951. Agreement on the suppression of visas for diplomatic and official passport holders, 1962. Agreement on Technical Cooperation in Tourism, 1971. Agreement on Social Security, 1988. Agreement on Economic and Industrial Cooperation, 1988. Agreement to avoid double taxation and prevent tax evasion of income taxes, 1989. Agreement for the Promotion and Reciprocal Protection of Investments, 1992. Extradition Treaty, 2004. Memorandum of Understanding on Technical Cooperation in Matters of Tourism, 2007. Memorandum of Understanding of Cooperation in the Field of Renewable Energies and Biofuels, 2007. Agreement on Cultural, Sports, and Educational Cooperation, 2007. Treaty on Transfer of Convicted Persons, 2007. And Agreement on Cooperation in the Fight Against Transnational Crime, 2015. Furthermore, the Philippines and Spain signed several more agreements that aim to boost the bilateral relations of both countries in the fields of sports, culture, and education. Spanish former ambassador to the Philippines, Jorge Domecq, told the reporters that the Philippines is the only country in Asia to receive more aid and development assistance from Spain than any other Asian country. He added that the Philippines remains a priority of the Spanish aid in development efforts and partnerships with the European Union, even despite budget cuts on development funding brought on by austerity measures being implemented by the government of Spain. In 2013, trade exchanges between Philippines and Spain reached $590 million, according to the Spanish Agency for International Development Corporation, or AECID website. Spain has also donated around 28 million euros in humanitarian aid for those affected by natural disasters since 2007. The National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA, report indicating the Philippines has already received a total of $14.43 billion in terms of official development assistance, or ODA, and $10.99 million projects grants from Spain as of December of 2017. Secretary of National Defense Delfin Lorenzana noted the defense logistics cooperation between the Philippines and Spain, which was signed in 1996. In 2016, he said the Spanish aircraft manufacturer Airbus Defense and Space completed the delivery of the 3 units of Airbus C295 medium-lift aircraft worth 5.39 billion pesos, which are now being used by the Philippine Air Force, or PAF. Recently, the Defense Secretary said 1 unit of command and control fixed-wing turboprop aircraft for the PAF worth 1.8 billion pesos was likewise delivered. With the anticipated finalization of the Memorandum of Understanding on Logistics, Defense Material, armaments and defense industry cooperation this September 2019, Lorenzana said he is confident in a stronger and more dynamic partnership with Spain in the years ahead. Millions of dollars of assistance from the Spanish government was also given to Marawi for recovery, among others. In 2017, both nations celebrated 70 years of diplomatic relations. On September 5, 2019, the Spanish frigate Mendez Núñez made the historic port visit, making it the first Spanish Navy vessel in the Philippines since the Battle of Manila Bay during the Spanish-American War in 1898. In her brief remarks during an event, Ministry of Foreign Affairs for Asia, Director General Ana Solomon said, "The Philippines is not just another partner for Spain, but a beloved country as well." Spain may have a fierce control of the Philippine archipelago for centuries, but it had long been hidden inside the pages of history, although not forgotten, and the Filipinos opted to stretch a reconciling hand of friendship and cooperation as a partner preserved for posterity. There you go, guys! Another informative video just for you. We'll give another interesting content next time. Just leave your comments below, and remember, Rizal's country is your country.